What's good, everybody? This is Y and Z, a conversation between the generations. We appreciate any time you are spending with us. The equation represents Y and Z. Well, I represent the Y because clearly with these grays, I am not the Z. They're known as the millennials. Jake Parker's the name. The Z is on the other side of that screen. Gen Z
Oh,
represents,
baby faced up.
yeah, baby face. What made you get rid of the pork chops? You had some good eating.
Man, oftentimes, I'm learning in life that while I am the vessel, other individuals, particularly a certain individual, has more influence over this
Oh,
vessel than I do.
so
And
the little lady is
oh,
like,
she said, I'll just tap you on your shoulder when I say this. You can go ahead and cut them off. I said, okay.
see, it's funny because wifey is not a big fan of this. Like she loves it, but she doesn't love the kissing sometimes with it because trying to
Ah,
just be tickling and yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, I ain't getting rid of this because I did it one time. And I was like, never again. You're like,
So I'm
shit.
learning very fast
Oh,
about this vessel that I call my body and her influence on it.
oh, okay. Let's just start here. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, real quick. Slight detour because you went here. And we kind of talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago when we was talking about the whole accountability thing. Yes,
Right?
that's why we do a lot of the things that we do. It is what it is, and we'll get into that deep in another episode. But I mean, some will call it simping, some will call it pandering. I don't.
Ah.
I call it being happily married for 10 years. Let that woman elevate your life, because I mean, had a good weekend getaway, bro. It was
I believe it, man. I believe it, bro. I know it was just like, yeah, it's exactly what it needed to be. Y'all was able to, and then
almost.
even not just being teens, marriage, but y'all parents too. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself was able to just get a breath and be able to breathe from not having to parent.
We didn't get all the breath we wanted because we did some glamping. So we just got away and it was a like a tiny mirror house. I don't know if you've seen any of those. So like
Oh, I have seen those.
so great. It was a great thing. The problem was there was this red cardinal who, I don't know, was feeling protective or, had issues with himself and didn't realize that it was himself. But we named this bird Carl because we got there on a Thursday, and all throughout the day, Carl was just flying into the window, the mirror, because I guess I guess feeling aggressive or whatever. Now this thing is supposed to be treated, so birds don't do this. But Carl, no, all damn day long. Now it wasn't too bad, but the issue was Carl would start when the sun came up or when daylight. Right? So
Oh,
yeah, we're trying to get away, relax, rest, sleep in. No, 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 no. Here comes
how
6
with
a.m.
Carl?
6 a.m. And here come Carl waking us up. Just like we got little kids. So we traded in our son for Carl.
Bro, your son said, you know what? Y'all think y'all gonna have a relaxing getaway? Little do you know, I've already prayed about a red cardinal named Carl,
He was
and he
already trying
already
to come
told me
with
he
us.
got my back.
He was already like, well, why can't I come? I want to come. I was like, nah, son, you can't come on this trip. But yeah, yeah, traded in one for another. But yes, beautiful times. And real quick, before we get to what we really want to, speaking of love, because we did finish Forever while we were, mommy and daddy, we got
Yeah.
to just finish those last couple episodes.
Season two, bro.
I was not expecting it to end there because I'm kind of like, okay, where is this going to go? And knowing that, yeah, because Netflix Day 6 announced the second season. So I'm like, okay, where are they going to leave us? I like where they left us because even if you don't get season
I
two,
do.
that's a decent story. And then I think what's interesting is, did you see Mara Brock Akil's interview on Breakfast Club?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
that the portion that she spoke about how, because we all are assuming, oh, Keisha and Justin are forever, and we're just going to watch their story.
Right, right.
When she phrased it, how we don't know what kind of love we're looking at because there's a lot of different types of forever loves. There's the forever love that
True.
we all hope for, but it could be this is just a forever love in terms of this person sees me who I am, like all these different things. And I was like, okay, where is this going to go? Because now it could go anywhere, and I'm with it.
Bruh, I mean, and it's so interesting, especially in black settings, we've seen so many types of forever love in black settings. You've seen the forever love that's romantic, right? You've seen the one where, even if they did go to college or whatever like that, they found each other. Bam, they were, definitively this person for the as long as you've known them, they've been together. That's that forever romantic love. Other people, they had whatever they had in high school, they drifted away in college. You knew they forever loved each other, but they just forever just went their other ways, went their other ways, went their other ways, and it was never anything ever again. But it was that forever kind of love anytime they re-linked up. Or on the other hand, I know some people right now are in love but never got married. A
Or
forever kind of love.
not even
It's so
not
many
even just
different ways.
relationships, but the things people can hold in your like the things people can represent in your life. Like, yeah, my high school girlfriend could be a forever love. Just we appreciated what it was. It is what it is. But that doesn't.
Right.
I'm curious to see how they're going to explore this base because then also it broadens the scope of the show a little bit, which I enjoyed. Because while yes, it is about Justin and Keisha's story, and that's what we're focusing on. Because when we talked, I didn't. The dad character hadn't popped in yet for Keisha's side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But there's a lot of relationships going on here. There is the romantic relationships between Justin and Keisha, but then you also got Justin's parents being a couple raising their child. And
Right.
seeing those dynamics and how that love is being influenced on Justin, with the whole, what do you believe, whatever. Then you got even Keisha's parents, because clearly Keisha's dad still low key got a thing for Keisha. I mean, not
Almost
Keisha,
definitely.
but her mom, because even that. So there's a lot of different ways they're playing with it, and I'm not mad. I'm excited to see where they go. Keisha's dad, though, that story. That's another day. Well, we gonna have to dive into
That
that because
that now
that was an interesting.
that's
Ooh,
and that's an interesting conversation for Men's Mental Health Awareness Month
that,
because he is a living, walking trauma
he's
that is just manifesting into his whole lifestyle.
It's Langston Hughes. What happens to
Yes,
dream to serve,
yes.
or but anyway, another story. We'll get to
That,
that later.
what?
Whoa, that's a
All I'm saying is though, what I'm hoping for season two, I just need to see Keisha at a HBCU Howard party with staring at the bros, and then Justin pop up and he like, what's going on here?
listen here. Justin knew better to break up with Keisha before she went to Howard University because if Justin couldn't handle that little prom incident,
Oh, all I'm saying is they better give us HBCU real life experience with this
okay,
freshman girl,
Mayor,
Keisha.
Mayor, let me talk to you or whoever's in charge. So, as a Howard grad and as a Howard man, I'm not going to endorse any actions or I'm gonna plead the fifth in a way, but represent Howard right correctly. Yes. Because we got to see Keisha at Howard. Like, you got to see it. Or actually, we might not because of what COVID timing. We actually might not ever see Howard.
Yes,
But
we might
if
get
we
like
do
one smooth year and then
6 months,
COVID.
maybe. But while that, we better see Howard. Howard better be represented correctly. And then, yeah, do the brothers right because Howard got a rep for a reason. Anywho, we gonna get back on track real quick. It's Y and Z conversation between the generations. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for joining us. Sometimes we detour. Now we got to talk about what we really came together to talk about today, which was that 5 hour on a Monday fucking night broadcast of the 2025 version of the BET Awards. Did you even watch Gen Z? Do you even care about this? Like,
I do care about it.
oh, you do? Okay, 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 okay.
Unfortunately, Monday Night Raw was on. A new episode of Love Island was on. And the BET Awards are not beating out Monday Night Raw.
Bro, let's start there. Why the fuck were the BET Awards on a
Monday night.
Monday night? That's
I've never,
always
I thought I was
Sunday.
crazy. I was like, is this like a Sunday night affair?
And it's usually later in June too, which is also
Right.
crazy because it's like okay, yeah, like the Tonys was this past weekend and stuff. So it's like okay, cool. You didn't want to combat about that. Yeah, fine. You went to Monday, but it's like you couldn't find another day to reschedule, and it's not like
A Monday
everybody and
nighter
their
is
mama is at these
weird.
damn awards. No, they're not. Because the fact that Kevin Hart had to call out everybody who's an icon who was actually there, so we could actually see him in the crowd. Because unlike back in the day when you just looked in the crowd and saw the icons, you didn't need to call them out. You knew they were there, but they're just like sprinkled in now because nobody gives a
Nobody does. And unfortunately, I think I do think that this was one of the better BET Awards out of recent
and
years.
that's what's it. Let's start
Yeah.
there. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it because off jump, you got every millennial's shot of
That
crack
106 in Park.
in the arm. Let's go there. 30 minutes straight opening the show with a tribute to 106 in Park. Now, first off, sorry, let me call bullshit because the little promo that BET did do for the BET Awards talked about how there was going to be a 106 tribute all throughout the night. And while I appreciated this concrete 30 minutes, that's not what you said it was going to be. Benny, who's different another day. Yeah, that 30 minutes there was
All I witnessed growing up was reruns of 106 in Park. I didn't get to watch it like live in person. But good Lord, even that was like I went back and watched it. I was like, oh yeah,
it.
this is fuel injected right into the blood.
This was life. Cause it is no joke, and it's the beauty of this era and the thing. Like we all rushed home. We were all home 6 o'clock, and but home before that because it was a stretch of stuff you wanted to see. Like, but this
Right,
was the
right,
thing to not miss for a variety of reasons. This was the moment in time to plug into our version of the culture. This
right,
was
right.
what you got. And we were all getting distilled the same facts, information, whatever. Yeah, 106 in Park is the truth. I need the documentary. Some like because it is the truth. And it's one of the reasons why we feel so strongly about the era and what it means to us is because we had the something that's as strong and as unifying and as direction setting almost in a sense.
I'm gonna make this statement. I don't think 2000s and early 2010s hip hop R&B it doesn't become what it is without 106 in Park.
Mm-mm. No, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
106 in Park definitely
It
is
was a
injection fuel.
clear tunnel to get what was being created to the people who wanted to view it. It
It was
was that, and it's almost like that's what we're missing nowadays. We're missing a clear tunnel for legitimate artists making good stuff, but they might just need that tunnel to get it to the right audience.
you have a tunnel now, but it's more so instead of the 2 lane, maybe even 4 lane.
Oh, that yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah,
There's so
this
many lanes.
because somebody makes because literally 106 in Park is the continuation of a tradition. And I think that's one of the things we as millennials or those who really we see how these things continue because literally 106 in Park is nothing more than the 2000s edition of Soul Train.
Yes, yes, that's what I was just about to
So
say.
like,
It
and
was
while
just
Soul
the
Train
2000
and
Digital Soul Train.
and while Soul Train was on at the time. Soul Train was still on at the time. Shamar Moore hosting, interesting thing in itself. Anywho, but it's that thing like Soul Train, even though it was still on in the 2000s, wasn't the cultural icon it was back in the day. But I think
No,
you need these things that are moment for the moment. So Soul Train, what it was for its time, then you kind of get that TRL 106, like that's expands what these things were in this moment. Right now, we're all on TikTok, and the platform doesn't do the concentrate in terms of yes, you're all getting this. No, it gets the hey Xavier, what crack do you like? I can
right.
specifically make a formula of crack that'll just tingle your senses and only tingle your senses and give you the best ride that you'll enjoy. And while that sounds good in a moment type of thing, to where yeah, oh yeah, I'm here, I'm gonna enjoy this ride. Great. After that ride is over, you're looking for the next one. Versus what I think we've seen with that concentrate where we're all getting the same hit,
Right.
it then leads to okay, after we've all experienced it, hey Xavier, what'd you think about that? How'd you feel about it? What did it do for you? We can engage in discussion. And while
Right.
that happens with some of the things that we see go viral or things that get shared within your circles or whatnot, 106 in Park was so strong, or the mainstream was so strong back then. Literally, I could stop another black teenager on the street like, yo, did
You
you
watched
see
106
that
Park last night.
crazy, genuine performance last night? They'd be like, either, nope, I didn't see it, but I heard about it, or yep, I saw like strangers. It would be so hard probably to just pick somebody random and start talking about something, and they in this world because things are so siloed, never have heard about it or be like, oh okay. and that's it. The connection, the post connection isn't there. And so yeah, that was a strong start off for the show. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. I agree. And I think Kevin Hart as the host was a great choice as well. I mean, this is me. I'm sorry. This is a hill I'm worth dying on. The dude is hilarious. I will die laughing at Kevin Hart for the rest of my days. Him going around in that Usher coat, that whole little bit that he had right there with Tashina Arnold, with Lord, why am I forgetting her name? Tashina and what is Pam's name?
Oh, shit, I'm having a brain fart. There
Gina
it is.
and Pam, that's what I'm gonna call them.
Oh, it's not
And
Pam.
then
Tashina is Pam. It's you're thinking of Gina's character. That's
no, Tashina is Gina.
no, Tashina is Pam. Tisha Campbell is Gina. There we go.
Yes,
Could
Tisha
not think of the
Campbell.
name.
That's her
There we
name.
go. Sorry, because I'm like, yeah, you messed me up there.
Tisha Campbell.
Get off my
And
lawn.
then, I mean, the
Dumb mother.
corny dad jokes. He walks over to Kerry Washington and says, I'm gonna make your name Cherry Washington.
The Kevin Hart stuff all fit within the throwback theme. Because honestly, the fact
Correct.
that you need Kevin Hart right now to host this show
That in itself,
is sad.
it
But
it's
what he did was fine. It was okay. It wasn't like great, spectacular, but it was enjoyed. Some of the bits was like, but yeah, no, that one was good.
I do
The
also agree that I think there has just been such a how do I want to put this here? Like even the choice of making Kevin Hart the host in a 2025 setting. Not saying that Kevin Hart has lost his touch, but Kevin Hart, is it still his prime? You know what I'm saying? But is the path as easy for like a Casanat or a Drewski to already be hosting the 2025 BET Awards?
the disconnect is, and we see this in a lot of programming now, is y'all don't come to the space. And so I think what we literally saw was they're like, yeah, we're going to go for the heart of what we know is going to get an audience. We're going to tap it,
Yep.
we're going to tap into that and hit them heavy over the head. There's all the things for the most part that you enjoy because there was very little in terms of today's stuff
You real.
on
You
the
real.
and so yeah, I think that was one thing. They was like, yeah, and so that's one of the biggest problems is with a lot of these things, they don't know how to press forward because traditionally, how you have just moved the audience forward, y'all aren't even in the space to be like, y'all just like, yeah, we're somewhere else. Y'all not even in the room. And so they're like, okay, do we try to get them in the room and just have everybody else who's willing to be in the room mad at us, or do we try to get the people already willing to come in and just get them, but that audience will die out eventually and they won't have nobody like it's going to be interesting to see what happens with y'all as you become the
right,
true money generation in a sense. Like what you're seeing right
right,
now,
right,
it's
right.
like millennials like, yeah, we what little there is may be, or the older ones are still hanging on to it. We're kind of now the target. They might have some money. It's going to be interesting to see when y'all supposedly become that target demo because y'all are just so
Yeah.
individual. But anyways, back to the award show. What's some highlights for you? Well, just
I mean, off rip, I think Jamie Foxx, man. I don't, I
Stevie
think
Fox.
this is just gonna keep going on for a minute. I don't think society or just the culture that Jamie Foxx presents himself to. I still don't think a lot of people have just like really understood. Like we almost lost this dude. Like, and that was gonna be it. And I don't think we've just caught on to that yet. So his whole acceptance of that speech and him still just being Jamie Foxx, being like, how did Stevie Wonder know where to hand the award to? Like all of that it was just so Jamie Foxx though.
And it's genuine because one of the things I appreciated about that moment was it's a continuation of his comedy special.
Correct.
Because no offense, as good as that comedy special was, Jamie, like, yep, I'm Jamie. This is my testimony, it's my story, but I'm still that dude. And here's my new mindset going forward. Okay, the question then becomes, okay, was that just for the special? Are you talking that talk or whatever?
Right.
This, not saying the comedy special didn't make it real. This was like,
That
oh,
made it
okay, no,
real.
no, he in this, which is he in this path, he in this phase of life, and it's a great place to see him in and truly be there.
Yeah.
What it feels wholeheartedly. I need the gospel album. Don't play
Oh,
with
we
us,
need it
Jamie.
yesterday.
We need, especially in where you are right now in life. Yeah, no, don't do what
Better
Fantasia
yet,
tried
I'm
to
gonna
give
tell
us
you what
with
I
gospel.
want.
Give me that
I just
gospel.
want a whole gospel album. I want it to be an unplugged album. I just want him sitting at a piano. I don't need any other instruments. Maybe a few background singers.
I don't know if I'd want all unplugged. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Jamie tackle gospel in a variety of ways, like he did his first, or not his first, his second R&B album, Unpredictable. Like it's R&B and it's
Yes.
a
You
lot
know
of
what?
like,
You're right.
and Jamie has the talent for that. And I think that's one of the things I'd really like. Give me some unplugged, simple praise and worship vibes, but then give me the
Full
piano.
theater.
Give
Yeah.
me that, give me that. Then give me the you working with the big old because he talked to Kirk. He mentioned
About the
Kirk.
choirs, bro.
Give me the choir joint. Give me an up tempo gospel jam. You got like, let me see you play with it because I trust you and the
Yeah.
folks who I would hope you would pull in your circle because you have shown across all the different things that you have done and gospel. We know it's been in Jamie's life since day
Bad.
one. No secret. Yeah, set your sights on that. Go hard, and I would. That could be a project. I
Oh
need.
yeah.
I need that. Get in the studio, Jamie. Like, yeah.
What would you got for up next, man?
Um, what stood out was the fact that you had to break up the in memoriam into three sections. And I don't mean that in a bad way,
True.
but it's always you watch that and you're like, we lost some folk. This one was really like, we lost a lot of folk.
Dang.
Like, I like the folk that you're like irreplaceable. Like the folks that you built this, like the Quincy's and stuff. Like, because I remember because I think it was after the second one, somebody was like, "Yo, they just gonna forget about Angie Stone." At that point, I was like, "Okay." Seeing the time, I was like, "There's easily at least another one of these coming." I see what
Oh
they're doing.
yeah.
Okay, um, yeah, it was a nice touch.
Yeah.
It
I
was
enjoyed
a nice
that.
touch. The performances were straight for the most part throughout the night, which was interesting. But again, they went millennial heavily, heavily
Yeah.
focused. Playboy Cardi's, I put on. I was like, okay, yeah, tuned out heavily. The
How do you feel about and I know we've seen artists bring up political views at shows before.
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about, Dochi's comments once she accepted her award?
Everybody's comments were fine. Like
Yeah.
Dochi. The only problem with Dochi's is the fact that it happened right after the 106, and so the Dochi's is the
It,
as I tweeted out, I was like, we were all on the high. Dochi was the oh fuck, you brought us down to reality.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so that's
yeah.
that's the only negative. Like, no, everything you said, right on. Use the platform. The timing just sucked, and not your choice of timing. That's the timing you were
That
given.
they were
It's even just the
assigned.
timing of when it happened in the show. Like that just sucks because we were, yeah, oh, that 106 had us high, and then it's like okay, but no, like hers, Tyler's, it's interesting because I got the sense that there's been a lot of talk that we're not seeing happening.
Yeah.
Like with some of the ways they were intonating about and in a time where we kind of are wanting some leadership or some folk to step out, like if y'all are the celebrities and the folks that can lead sometimes are having conversations, I'm curious to see what comes because there was the sense of what aren't you saying? Y'all have a lot, yeah,
Right, right.
but like Tyler's was preaching. Everybody was preaching. It ain't as simple as some of the things they were saying, but no, for the most part, I wasn't mad at it. My biggest problem with the show overall was they were doing too damn much.
It was a lot.
5 hours on a Monday. And
That's a lot.
it was literally, and I think it points to, unfortunately, the shell of a network that BET has become. Because let's be honest, if it ain't a Tyler Perry product, they not doing it for the most part. And there was too damn much in this show. And there's no way you're going to sit here and tell me, as somebody who works in production and stuff, that you went to the night of this show thinking, yep, we're going to get this into 3.5 hours. Because the TV guide had that thing going from 8 to 11:30. There's no way you thought you were going to come in here and do that show in 3.5 hours with
No.
all that you had scheduled. Because, yes, while Jamie did go on, Jamie did not make that show 5
Long. Right, right.
long. Like there weren't a lot of breaks like that to where it was like, okay, we can tell things are going off the rail or things are going long. So you knew this show was going to be long. And the problem is there were like four different shows in this one show. The
Could
106 thing could have been its own.
could you say that some of those things should have just been transitioned to the pre-show?
They shouldn't have been in the show. I'm saying back in the day. Come on, let's go back in the day. The 106 should be its own special programming thing. Like it should be like, yep,
Let's
here's
be
a
real.
2 hour
Like
trip to
like they
106.
did the Def Comedy Jam 25th anniversary thingy by itself. That was a whole thing just for
Yep,
Def Comedy
that's a
Jam.
whole thing. The 106 25th anniversary special. Cool. Give it its place and time. Maybe in the BET Awards, you do a segment about it to kind of, and then
Right.
we're going to get into it deeper later. Cool. The in memoriams. Yeah, if we got to break it up that much, low key, you might need to,
Put that on the pre-show.
not on a pre show, do a special programming. And yeah, we lost a lot this year, and we need to pay tribute to whether it's a roundtable or whatever, discuss something simple, whatever.
Make it a they not thinking make it like a BET
You
plus
know,
special or something like that.
all the damn icons. How I have never we gave away four essentially we gave away four lifetime achievement awards in one show. Now, granted, I understand trying to give people their flowers because the rate at one per show, you don't get to everybody because we still
Right,
waiting on
right.
Stevie, damn it. Like we taking care of Mariah, Snoop, Kirk, and Jamie, and we still got Stevie. What the fuck? Anyways, it's either going to be the longest running joke or the biggest oversight. Because at this point, you have to be intentional. Because we called this out years ago. But like, if you're going to start doing stuff like that and not give people the space to really do tribute to them, because we didn't even get the enjoyable tributes with some of these. While they were okay, it was just like, nobody asking for Mariah new song. You know,
Nobody asked for Mariah Carey's new song. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed her little performance, but nobody is begging, oh, I need to see Mariah Carey new song at the BT Awards.
like Snoop was able to do his thing, cool. Kirk did a little bit, cool. Jamie, honestly, you needed more time because if you're going to give a lifetime achievement award or an icon award to somebody like Jamie, and they try, but that man has touched so much from the movies and the acting to the singing and the songs to the comedy to the like that. That's one of the things I want to get creative as fuck on how I'm going to present the flowers to this man because you have done
Hold
so
up.
damn
Pause. I'm sorry.
much.
I seen somebody put on Twitter. They didn't know Craig Robinson could play and sing.
Here's the problem with your generation. Y'all don't know how again, y'all don't know how to tap into anything and things clearly can get missed. Like, but Craig has been doing that since literally
Forever.
he had an entire movie where he did that in it. Peoples with Kerry Washington and Dave
Bruh,
Chappelle.
Peoples with Kerry Washington and Craig Robinson, also with David Allen Greer. Oh, that movie is amazing.
Funny movie. Like that's a good, enjoyable, funny movie laugh if you have never seen it. But yeah, like it's just again, it speaks to this disconnect of what are the basic things that we are all aware of.
Right.
Because basic things like that then make experiences now enjoyable because then you're like, okay, I see that connection versus my experience right there low key stops. Because I'm like, why? I think this is bad because I'm like, why do you have Craig Robinson up there? Versus if you know, okay, yeah, he's a comedian who plays the piano too, just like Jamie. It's the perfect person to do that type of thing. Like
Right.
I saw that, I was like, man, now
That's how you
you got it
guess.
there. That's a good decision. I saw that, and that's a good decision. But yeah, like it squeezed in too damn much. Too, I think at some point, as you mentioned earlier, this was one of the better award shows as a whole that we've had in a while from BET Awards. The problem is it was so damn long and on a Monday night that at some point, like literally, we all got fatigue because it literally got to the point where I think it was around 11:30. So okay, we already know it's going long. It was around 11:30 that we in around that commercial break was the one was like, "Yep, we still got two more icon performances to give up." So I'm like, "Wait, it's 11:30 and we've already just announced we still got Snoop and Kirk to go?" And then they still had other stuff in between. It was like, "Yo, we got tired."
I do also got to put this out there. Kendrick has just won. He's already won. But how is he still racking up 4 major wins? I just don't. Good Lord.
Because that's that one thing, that song going for the song leading to the album, leading to all this stuff. It's how it used to be. Used to be like, yes, this is what's deserving of an award because it is the legs or the height. Like, yes, that was the one thing that jumped out when they did that award, one of the few awards that they actually gave. Where it was like, yeah, because side note, I why the fuck are we nominating 20 people in a category?
I always had this question. I feel like there needs to be a set number of
It used to
nominations
be
per category.
five.
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 That's what I thought. I was like,
Five was the number. And then unfortunately in this day, because yeah, again, that tunnel, we gotta open this up for everybody, including
no.
all, the Oscars, they went up to like 8, 10. Like it got to the point during one of the categories, I was like, how many more people are we about to name? Because I'm like, if you name everybody, what's the point? Okay, yeah, everybody's nominated. We're just gonna find out who's gonna win. But then that was the one category. Sorry, back on track. Kendrick. I was like, you got to give it to GNX.
Right.
The only one that literally had it was either Kendrick or I could have saw them doing SZA because that album for some reason is just whatever. But I was like, GNX is like it's the one that yes, that energy, that mainstream we all wear. Knowledgeable. Like I was like, that's the easiest win of the night. Everything else was just kind of like I don't know where they're going with this low key. Okay,
Right.
naming everybody and their mama. But I think that just speaks to the weakness of your scene and era. Sorry. Oh, and then sorry. One more thing that pissed me off about the BET Awards or the audience watching the BET Awards, and a lot of them were just like you, Gen Z. Mariah Carey and the whole this being her first BET award. People were like, oh, BET disrespected Mariah. Number one, as somebody who's interviewed and talked to Mariah Carey, that woman does not tolerate disrespect in any way, shape, or form. Not that I was giving it to her, but you see,
Right.
like, oh, okay, yeah, she ain't playing those games. Number two, Gen Z. When would you say is Mariah Carey's heart of her career?
What? Late 90s, early 2000s?
The 90s, period. Let's take that. Okay, so the major part of her career, what made Mariah is the 90s.
Yeah.
We were celebrating 25 years of the BET Awards or in 106 in Park, or I think next year it's the true 25th celebrate, whatever. But anyways, so that means this award show started in 2000, 2001.
Mariah's peak was already over.
Okay, I won't even say that. The bulk of her stuff was past. But she does have a great, one of the top albums of the 2000s called The Emancipation of Mimi, dropped in 2006. So she had one chance to compete. Let's call it what it is. So one real chance to compete. I looked at the albums and who won that year. Do you know who she lost to?
Who?
Mary J. Blige with
Oh,
with one of her biggest albums of the time. Same similar story. So you're going to say BET disrespected Mariah Carey because she lost to another iconic artist with an iconic album for the time. No, that is called competition. And that's how it used to be back in
exactly.
the day, where a category would be stacked enough that you're like, I don't know who's going to win. Now, there was at least three that'd be like, yeah, they all got to, or at least the nominees, even all five of them would be like, yeah, I see why they're nominated. May I have personal preferences for one over the other? Sure, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, them giving the award for at the time best R&B artist female because they weren't doing albums or anything like that at the time. BET Awards did not have a bunch of different categories like that. Picking Mary J over Mariah is no shade with those two albums.
No shade at all.
Like they're monsters. Somebody's got to lose.
And that's the problem. People don't want to accept, well, not people. Gen Z does not want to accept that.
But Gen Z doesn't know how to put things into context. Oh, she hasn't won. That's disrespectful. No, who was she going against?
Right.
Like that's like saying, "Oh, Patrick Ewing never won an NBA championship. Oh, the NBA is disrespectful." No, Patrick Ewing played in the era with one of the greatest, possibly the greatest players of all time, who made sure that nobody else won one. Like
Exactly.
it's it's one of those like, yeah, Patrick Ewing's a great, but he also played at the same time as Michael Jordan. Like That's that's what happens with these things. And so context matters. And so that was, a lot of Gen Z folk. Yo, folk, get the fuck off my lawn. Go away. Anywho, let's get out of here. I need some water after that. I need a
You are.
nap. It's Y and Z, a conversation between the generations. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate some time you have spent with us. Anything for you, Youngblood, J Clark
Nah,
787, Xavier
man.
D. Lewis, getting clean for
That's
his
it.
wedding. She tell you what ring she wants yet? I'm gonna
Oh
start.
yeah.
Oh. Let me be okay. I got a couple minutes. Let me be messy real quick. So you're thinking about it, huh? You
Oh
making
yeah.
plans?
Oh yeah.
Side note, um, would you be willing to get married in the NO? I'm gonna be like,
No.
no, really? I have a great place because that's where me and my wife got married, and we've always wanted somebody else to get married there so we could actually come and enjoy the party for ourselves because it was a big ass party. Food is immaculate. So if you'd be willing, I have a great place to recommend, and I got to get an invite so we can come and turn up with you and
Actually,
celebrate some.
it'll probably be. I'm gonna be honest. It'll probably be out there in LA.
Okay, not mad at you. Anywho, we're not gonna put all his plans out there. I support the brother. Got to move in secrecy and silence sometimes. Don't know what she might know, so I ain't gonna put him on.
Well, yeah.
Hey, I understand. I understand. Man with a plan. Anywho, like, share, subscribe. We're gonna get out of here. Until the next time, stay safe out there, and
Please,
hopefully we'll see you again someday.
someday.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.